when I started, I literally rang my mate from Sydney and said, this is what I said to him: mate, Dino, I'm going to be dead or in jail any day. Can you come and pick me up? Hey everyone, welcome to another Monday morning starter in our jumpers. Yeah. It's cold down here today. Bit of surf today, bit cold, but that's all right, we're here. Now, I'm going to be really honest with you. I don't know if you're like me, but I sort of don't even know what an entrepreneur is in a funny sort of way. Like, people talk about it. There's some pretty well-known people that talk about being an entrepreneur. Everyone seems to be an entrepreneur. I don't even know what one is, sort of. Like, what does that mean? Does it mean you own a business? Does it mean you invest? Does it mean you run around? I don't know. I'm not exactly sure. So I suppose it's like business-minded. I just want to put this into perspective because I think you need to think about it slightly different. Because today, when you look at all this Instagram stuff and Facebook stuff, and it's like seems to be, unless you're an entrepreneur, you're not cool or you haven't worked it out. I don't know. Do you feel like that, Broccoli?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Well, I'm not going to ask Broccoli what it means because he'll have no idea. But that's just how I feel about it. Think about it like this. I want to put this into perspective for 1 minute. I left Sydney with the clothes I was wearing. That's it. I left Sydney, came up here, forget all the issues that came with me, but I got a job, lived in a caravan, had no car, got a bus to work. I wasn't going to let those things be an obstacle, but I started to think to myself, I need to actually start becoming something. That's it. And I worked, and I got paid $300 a week to walk the streets every day, all day, asking people one question: would you like to sell your house? That's what I did for years. 1 year into it, I ended up on Australia's Most Wanted criminal show, and had to hand myself back in Sydney. I got, I think it was like a year or two community service. I did the community service, plus tried to work around it as well. Still working through all of these things that came. Today, like still working along that way, I have this thing, all I had to offer. I know many of you know that story, so that's why I'm not going to go on about that story too much. However, I want you to understand a couple of things here. It was really hard, difficult to pull myself out of that and then actually start getting momentum in an area. But all I had to offer was hunger, like nothing else. And drive. I left school in year 10. I didn't read a book till I was 25. I had difficulty reading, all of these things. You know, people say that all the time. I'm not saying it for that, but this is what I've worked out. I don't know what an entrepreneur is. I truly don't. But I have realized that you need to be the CEO of your life. That's what I think it means to me. Whether you own a business, you work in a job that you're working your way through stuff, you're at Macca's, you're a preschool teacher, you're a full-time mum, whatever, you wake up every day and your number one responsibility is to be the CEO of you and where you're going and what you're doing. And some people are a little more privileged than others. Some people have a little more opportunity than others. But at the end of the day, you've still got to bring it each day because it doesn't happen by itself. I think everybody has a story. Everybody has challenges. Every day there's like challenges and stuff. Mine were really different. Like I haven't heard anybody on Instagram or whatever, you know, that had to like, I heard a lot, like lots of drug addiction things, but you know, ended up on this Australia's Most Wanted or America's Most Wanted. Like, it was really tricky thing to do, and then actually have to go work that out, get myself cleansed in a way, and then start all over again. But all I had to offer was my heart. That's pretty much it. When I started a business with my business partner, I put everything on the line. Like, I actually didn't have anything to give apart from we had a little bit of money. What actually happened is my dad died, and then there was a small inheritance for myself. My sister, who's dead now, she died at 27, but that little bit of money, I locked away in a security deposit. It wasn't much, it was only a little bit, but it was enough to get me started as my part of the business, because we just started a little tiny business. And then I put it all there, and if it didn't work, we had actually 8 weeks to make it work. 8 weeks. And if we didn't make it happen in 8 weeks, we had no money left. So we did that, and we just gave it our all. We gave all our heart. We didn't actually say to ourselves, we're going to become entrepreneurs, we're going to become business people, we're going to become this, because it looks like you're supposed to do that. We actually felt that that was the way that we needed to go. So we did it. And fortunately it worked. And then one thing led to another, led to another, led to another. I became number one in that, it was a Rain and Horn franchise back then, a little tiny office. I became number one in only a few years. Then that sort of led me to somewhere else. Then we were offered McGrath first franchise. Now we have 7 offices, 150 people, blah, blah, blah. But here's the thing. There's no place where I reckon you become a cool business person, entrepreneur, blah, blah, blah. Every day you sort of start from scratch again. I do. It's like in my mind, you start from scratch and it's like, how good can you be today? But you are the CEO of what you're doing and where you want to go. So what do I want to do? Speak around the world. I want a company, $100 million company. We're on our way there. $100 million company, cool place, take care of my kids. Like, I have the things in my mind. But it's like, I don't really care if someone thinks that's cool or not. You should be doing that or not. All I know is like, I really, really want to become the best version of me. But if I think back, when I started, I literally rang my mate from Sydney and said, this is what I said to him. Mate, Dino, I'm going to be dead or in jail any day. Can you come and pick me up? He said, sure. He drove down, picked me up. I got in his car and drove to the Central Coast, and I never went back. Didn't have anything with me. That was it. There's a lot more to it from there. I sort of treat each day like that, like it's a new opportunity. Boom, Dino, off we go. What are you going to do about it now? I didn't sit there and say, hey, I don't have the right clothes. Hey, I don't have the right education. Hey, I don't have the right thing. Hey, yeah, sure, I can't really read very well, blah, 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 all of this stuff. I didn't actually process that. Hey, Grant Cardone says be an entrepreneur, so that looks pretty cool, and you're not great until you get that. I didn't even think about any of that stuff. I thought to myself, what next? What next for me? Like today, what next? Video. What next? Gym. What next? For me tomorrow, smash out of the park, kill my appointments, wow some people, maybe prospect a few people. I sent a direct message to Mark Burris yesterday because I want to try and get on his podcast if I can, or he might want to connect with me somehow. I don't know, he may or may not, but I am going to be relentlessly focused towards what I want because I am the CEO of my life, myself, no one else. That's it, and so are you. So you need to really think about it. What do you want? And I will achieve what I want. I know it because I've done it. I've already done from where I've been to where I am now. Like, I did all that with help along the way and opportunities. People like Broccoli, you can't see Broccoli right now, but it's like Broccoli right now is standing there with headphones on, freezing cold, in his Athens shoes, but he's standing there. You know why? Because he's helping me out. And I'm helping him, and we're creating opportunity. But people will help you along the way, but you've got to be the best you can be. All I had to offer was my heart. I still do today. That's it. I only can bring the best of me, my heart, and be all in on this thing. Everything I've got is totally focused towards making the best life I physically can. I don't know about being an entrepreneur. I have no idea. I just happen to own a business because I started one. Whatever you do, just be awesome at it, and you watch what happens. It's like your whole life will start to change because you wake up each day going, I'm the CEO. What do CEOs do? They're the vision, they're the pulse, they're the leadership, they're the inspiration. They move things forward. That's why they're CEOs. And you've got this opportunity of this thing called life, and you're in charge of it. What are you going to do about it? Doesn't matter where you're at right now. It doesn't matter where you're starting right now. It doesn't matter what comes along on the way either. You're going to work it out. That's what great CEOs do. So I think we should stop talking about entrepreneurs, because I don't even know how to even start being one. Investor, this, that, whatever. Do whatever you want to do, but understand the responsibility stops with you. The passion starts with you, and the vision is within you. All you have to do is be an awesome leader for yourself, inspire people like Broccoli and those around you along the way, and they're going to help you. And I guarantee you, you're going to get to where you want to get to. Let's do this thing. See you next video.